Hey guys, what's going on? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our NHL 15 GM mode commentary with our Vancouver Canucks. So we are in year number 3 off season, getting ready to start year 4. We're in free agency right now, so that's what we're going to be doing in this episode, signing free agents and then pretty much just simulating, looking at our team, and then evaluating how we should lay this out. So we still need a 7th defenseman, remember, for our team pretty much. And I do think we're going to need to sign a couple players to fill out some cap space as well, maybe for some depth, good defensive players for the 4th line, depending if we need it. But we have 9.3 mil of cap space, so we really don't need to sign like a lot of people, but somebody would be good. I can't even talk right now. But the 6th defenseman is something what we need right now. So I was thinking about getting Jason Garrison last time, but you guys said his potential changed to 7th defenseman, so it might not be good. How did he do last year? 19 points, a -22. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna grab him up, even though his defensive category is good. Maybe we should just go straight out for Matt Carl, regardless. Even though he wants 5 mil, we can give it to him for like 1 year. 37 points last year. Penalty minutes 59. That's okay. What's his defense like? He's a two-way defender. He's got good defense. Yeah, you know, I think we probably should just sign Matt Carl there, because I'd rather not get Gudas or McQuaid because they're going to be taking penalties. I mean, I could get Mike Weber. He's a defensive defenseman, but Carl's got better stats. So, yeah, let's just take Carl. Let's see if we can sign Matt Carl here. Let's offer him a 1-year deal. Ooh, 7.5. He'll still be a pretty decent defenseman for 86. So, you know what? Let's give him I don't want to give him a 3-year deal. 2-year deal. 2-year deal at 5.86 mil. You want to give him for 2 years? That's cap I don't want to commit to. No, I'll sign him for 7.5 for 1 year because we have enough money. We have enough money to get it done this year, so we might as well. I think we have 9.1, so we can have 1. We'll still have 1.6 left after this, so let's sign for 1 year for 7.5 mil for Carl. It's going to be overpaying as hell for a defenseman, but it's for 1 year. If he turns out good, then we can, you know, re-sign him if we want, but then we can let him go. Because hopefully by that time we'll have somebody to fill out top 6 potential by then. Alright, so we want to sign any prospects. Let's see. Potential. Let's sort by potential first. If there's any good young rookie, you know what, like top 6 potential, we'll see. But other than that, I'm not going to focus on that. Alright, 74. Scott Carrier, 6th rounder by the Washington Capitals. Nah, what was his rating? 2-way defender? Nah, we'll skip that guy. Clark. Wade Clark, an offensive defenseman. He was undrafted. An offensive defenseman. No, we'll skip on that. We'll skip on the defensive prospects for this year. Also, you guys were telling me to sign this guy. I'm not going to. It's too easy. It'd be trade value that I would have. It's too easy. I really should just sign him and then trade him back to Buffalo. Do the kind of thing that Johnny did, but I'm not going to do that. We have goaltender prospects we don't need. I will sign, I think, with my 1.6 mil that I might have, I will sign a forward for depth, just in case, and then maybe I'll sign 1 prospect. But other than that, no point in getting that goaltender. Be cheating the system. Alright, so who do we want? Condra, no. Jason, a bunch of these guys that we've had already. Let's see. Lee Stepniak, are you good defensively? You're okay. Eric Fair, how about you? Eric Fair, you're more of a depth player. Defense is okay. Reeves, no. Halischuk, okay, that's okay. Austin Watson. Austin Watson, your defense is okay. You were drafted by the Nashville Predators, 18th overall. You were unrestricted free agent? Let me make sure I'm going to unrestricted as well. Whoops, that's restricted free agents. Yeah, he's a restricted free agent anyway, as I thought. I want to go to unrestricteds. Skilly, Skeever. How good Skeever? Nothing too special there. Gregory Campbell. He might be good. He's okay. And he's a physical type of grinder, too. For Pekoski. I might sign Gregory Campbell, to be honest. Let me see, who's this DeLuca guy? Bottom 6 forward. Anthony DeLuca is a sniper, undrafted player. Palmer. Two-way. Tot. Just looking at these 79 overall guys, like, who's this guy? Eanes, or he's a top 9 forward, potential playmaker, undrafted. Here's this Cardiff guy, Jacob Cardiff. Got Glennie. I'm just looking for prospects too that I see here. Who's this guy? O'Connor. Oh, Kyle O'Connor. Guy looks like Dilsey. We can maybe sign that 22-year-old like playmaker at 79 overall. Maybe he'll turn out to be something. Alright, let's do that, and I'll probably sign Gregory Campbell. Alright, so Cardiff, we're going to not sign him. Where's that sniper at? It was Palmer, right? He was the top 9 forward, right? Yeah, Palmer. Let's sign this guy. Let's sign Palmer a contract. 1 year. I can't offer him. I have to offer him 3 years then. It's the most he wants because this game is glitched out as hell. Alright, so we'll do that. And then I'm going to offer Gregory Campbell a contract. He wants 1.5 for 1 year. I can offer him 1.5. 1.5. Hopefully I'll be able to afford that. I think I'll have enough. I think I will have enough. Alright, so let's advance the day here. Just wait. Advance days, come on. Alright, Gregory Campbell accepted. Palmer, alright, we're still waiting on Carl. And Matthew Carl accepted. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got everybody that we need, basically. Pretty much. Goaltenders are good. Everybody else is good. Got a depth player just in case for forward-wise. Defense, we're going to be okay. Alright, let's simulate to beginning of next year. We'll go to the end of September. So like I said, I won't waste your guys' time here. We'll simulate till we are ready to start the season, and then we'll take a look at our lines. Alright guys, so we have simulated all the way through the off season, and we are getting ready to look at our players here. Let's see how good or bad some of these guys have increased in overall. So let's go view our contracts here. I'm not doing the offer sheet thing. I'm looking for view contracts, and we'll see how good all of our players have risen in overall. Alright, so once again, we're just going to look for these guys. We're going to go by goaltenders, and we will go by main roster goaltenders. Okay, so on the main roster, we got Jack Campbell still stayed at 86. Eddie Lack still stayed at 84. So that's a good 1-2 punch if we want to go with that. But what are these guys looking like? Okay, Alex Dubois in 83. So he's a 83 overall goaltender now. He's a backup goaltender. And I don't know why it says first round 8 overall by the Dallas Stars. Don't know what that deal was about. And, oh, Dallas Stars. And Patrick Polivka is an 85. So he's better than Eddie Lack. His puck control's not that great, other than rebound control, recovery are good. Puck playing frequency in the 80. His poise is low. But everything else is good. His reflexes category is very good. Athletic category is very good. He's as an 85 overall, and he's probably considered a backup, right? No, he's actually considered a starter. Interesting. Dubois is actually considered a backup. But, yeah, so there you go. Polivka's 85. He's better than Eddie Lack. So is Eddie Lack trade bait? I would think so. 30 years old, 1.525 contract for Eddie Lack. I think Eddie Lack is trade bait, most definitely. He'll still have a little bit of trade value left on him. I think we can either wait till like the trade deadline, or maybe even right now if there's a thing that we need to fulfill for this team. I think that we can trade Eddie Lack, because I think Polivka can get the starts now. He's 85. He's technically considered a starter. We want to get him some starts in here to make sure that he keeps that elite potential. You know, hopefully he'll pass Jack Campbell. All right, so there's the goaltender situation. I think we have it figured out. Okay, let's check out the goaltenders here. Sort these guys by overall. All right, so Cam Fowler 86, Carl 85, Edler 85, Hamilton 85, Tanev 85, Hogboom 82, and Archambault is 81. So he's the 7th defenseman. Our defense looks good. Fowler, Carl, Edler, Hamilton, Tanev, Hogboom. That's a very good defensive core. All pretty much 85s. No top 2 guy, but a lot of top 4 or 85 defensemen. It's not bad. And Archambault's 81. In the system, who do we got? We got Steenberger, who's 80, Hillis, Subban, McChesney, Medvedov, Smith, Burnett, Corson, and Ward. Okay. So nobody really good there. Steenberger's an 80. He's actually considered a top 6 defenseman as well, but his defensive stats are booty, other than shot blocking and stick checking. Alright. Right wingers, we don't have any. So we need to look at in the system for right wingers. Yours 77. I think he's still considered a 4th liner. Yep, just because of that. Don't know why he's up so high. Still don't know why Garrett Mears is rated so high, but regardless. Everybody else is fine. Left wingers. Johnny Gaudreau still stayed at 86. Kind of was hoping that he might have boosted up in overall a little bit, but he's still an 86. So he can probably go down the 2nd line because Nyquist is still an 86. So we can move Nyquist back up to the 1st line as a sniper with Galchenyuk and Grigorenko. And we can let Johnny Gaudreau play the 2nd line, so he's playing where he needs to play. Alright, so that'll work out. Abdelkader's still 83. Shinkruk is still an 83, so he can go back on the 3rd line again. And Zawiski's an 81. Defensively, still not that great. Hard shot, fast skater, physical type of player. Maybe. We'll see. What's he considered? He's considered a 4th liner. Okay. Interesting. In the system, guys, we have Virtanen's an 82. That's pretty good for Jacob Virtanen. He's a 3rd line scorer, so we could probably put him there. Put him and Shinkruk on the 3rd line. That'll be pretty nasty. That'll be pretty nasty. He doesn't have as good as puck moving skills, I think, as Shinkruk does, but he's got a very, very hard shot. So if we want to play Virtanen, we could do that. This Palmer guy, the guy that we signed free agency, he's at 81, but he's still considered a depth forward. Ampson, Merrick, Rosehill, and Thornton. Okay. Not bad. That's good for Jacob Virtanen. And then centers, who we got? Galchenyuk still 89. Grigorenko still 88. Berglund still 85, which is good. Bonino's an 84. I think we can move on with Nick Bonino. Because if we look at Bonino, he's still considered a 2nd liner. But I think Lyndon Vey is just as good as Bonino is, and I think he could pass off for the 2nd line. Horvat's still an 83, so I don't think he'll fit there. Gauntz is at 82 still, so he's still considered a 3rd liner. Gotch and Campbell are right there for defense. So Gotch has 86s all around. Campbell still has 85s around just as a depth player. We have a shit ton of centers. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. But to go look in the system, we have Dane Fox, who's at 80. He's still a depth player. Okay, so we can let him play in the minors. Kempe, McCann, Gomerich, and Pruden. Okay, so yeah, I think we can move on with Bonino. I think Lyndon Vey can take his spot on the 2nd line. I think what I can do is I think I'm gonna go Galchenyuk, Grigorenko, and Nyquist, Berglund, Vey, and Gaudreau. Then I'm gonna go Horvat, Shinkruk, and Virtanen, Gauntz, Gotch, and Abdelkader. Right, because Abdelkader's a left wing. Yeah, Abdelkader. I think that's what my lineup is going to be if I'm translating that in my head. So let's see here. Let's go to edit lines then. And let's see if we can form this team into what I'm thinking it is. Alright, so let's edit this lineup here. Alright, so I want Galchenyuk. Who has the better face-offs again? Grigorenko has 76. Galchenyuk has 76. Alright, so I want Galchenyuk. Grigorenko, he is a lefty. So I want Grigorenko, whoops. Grigorenko here. Nyquist right here. Because Nyquist is a sniper. He's a lefty, but that's fine. Alright, so I want Nyquist, Galchenyuk, and Grigorenko. Then I want Berglund. Because Patrick Berglund's pretty good. Alright, so Berglund, I want Johnny Gaudreau. And then I want Lyndon Vey, who's going to get some second line time. What's his faceoffs at? He's at 76. Berglund's at 75, so technically Lyndon Vey is a better second liner there. So we could have Nyquist, Galchenyuk, and Grigorenko, Gaudreau, Vey, and Berglund. And then we could have Bo Horvat, Hunter Shinkruk, and I need to do roster moves first. I need to do some roster moves. Need to call up some guys. Let's see. Centers. No, we don't need to call those guys up. Virtanen, you can get called up. Oh, whoops. I need to send somebody down first. Who can I send down? Whoops. NHL centers. Who can get sent down? Campbell, you're going to have to go through waivers if you do. So I'll keep you up here. Right wingers. Defense, Archambault. No waivers for him. Okay, we can send him down. Goaltenders, those are fine. Even though we're going to need to call up Polivka. He's going to get called up. Left wingers. Virtanen. Oh, we still need to send somebody down. Who needs to get sent down? Oh, Zaliski does. He'll have to clear waivers, though. I might have to trade some guys before I call everybody up and down first. Alright, I might have to make some trades here first before I send some people up and down. But the way I'm thinking is Nyquist, Galchenyuk, Grigorenko, Gaudreau, Vey, and Berglund, Shinkruk, Horvat, and then Virtanen right there. And then, I think what I'll do is Abdelkader. Let me see, scratch player. And then scratch player on Zawiski. Left wingers. Centers. Brendan Gaunce will have to be dressed. So Brendan Gaunce will go right here. Benino will get scratched. And then Marcel Gotch will go in here. So we dress Gotch right there. Substitute Gotch in right there. Gaunce has the better face-offs, right? 84, 80. And Abdelkader is, yeah. Okay. There's that. And then Virtanen goes right in there. So that's my lineup, I'm thinking. Nyquist, Galchenyuk, Grigorenko, Gaudreau, Vey, Berglund, Shinkruk, Horvat, and Virtanen. And then Gotch, Gaunce, and Abdelkader. I think that's a good lineup. Like I said, we're still missing like that really, really good stud of a first liner, but you know what, Nyquist right now can work out. Hopefully Gaudreau has a good year in the second line. Hopefully if I put two playmakers with Gaudreau, who's technically a sniper, I think putting Vey there, who has, you know, he has decent puck moving skills. He's got good passing, got good deking and hand-eye. Offensive awareness is a little bit low, but that's okay. But Berglund's is just as good. He's more balanced as an 85. He's got pretty much stats 85 all around. The third line is going to be a little bit of a question mark because, you know, Shinkruk's got really good offensive stats, really good puck moving skills as well. Horvat's more of a defensive type player, but, you know, he can still, maybe, he's not really good puck moving skills, but he's more of a defensive player. And then putting Jake Virtanen right there will be a little bit of an interesting play, but he's a third liner. I want to get him time. Even though Gaunce is technically a third liner, I want to put him, whoa, that was weird. Gaunce, where are your stats? There you are. Gaunce is technically a third liner. Yeah, he's not really an offensive player. He's a defensive player. He's meant for fourth line. We're gonna form Brendan Gaunce into a fourth line player until we maybe like need to move some players up and down the lines and whatever. But he'll be formed into a fourth line player. Gotch is a fourth liner, and then Abdelkader, as much as he may be good offensively, he's a fourth line player. He's defensively. So I think that'll be our offensive lineup. Defense, Carl and Fowler. Or you want to go Tanev and Edler. Hamilton should not be playing right there. If anybody's going to get top 6 time, it's going to be Edler and Hogboom. So I think that's, unless you want to run Hamilton, he's technically considered a top 4 guy, so I want to play him there. So I think that's what I'm going to do there. I'm going to run Carl and Fowler, Hamilton and Tanev, Hogboom and Edler. So that's going to be my defensive lineup. It's actually a pretty good defensive lineup. You got an 85 pretty much everywhere. And then goaltending wise, we're going to have Jack Campbell and probably Patrick Polivka starting right there. So, out of all the players that are on our starting lines, you can take a look at the players who have no lines. That's weird why they have no lines. I'm just going to do best lines for right now. But Bonino is kind of the odd man out there. Nick Bonino and Eddie Lack are kind of the odd men out because I need to trade somebody so Jacob Vertanen can move up. Granted, I can move Gregory Campbell down to the minors and call him up. But Nick Bonino and Eddie Lack kind of are the odd 2 guys out of our team right now. So what do you think we need? What could we trade those guys for? We could trade them for draft picks. We can maybe pick up some defensive prospects, which would be a good idea, I think. It'd be a very good investment. I mean, let me take a look at their trade values. Let's see. Let's go to centers. Nick Bonino's trade value is right there, so it's not terrible, but it's not great either. 84 overall at 30 years old with a contract of 3.1 for his final year, so he could be somebody that we wait trade deadline for, make a trade. And who else was there? There were some other players. Let me see. Left wingers. Vertanen, yeah, you know, he's going to play. Nyquist, no, we're not trading him. Gaudreau, Merrick. So Whiskey was another guy that we could probably trade. Like I said, his defense is okay, but we have better defensive players there. He could probably get traded for something. What else? Who else? Vorobiev, no, he stays. There was a defenseman, right? Medvedev, no, it was Archambault and Steenberger are both top 6 guys, but I don't think we're going to use them. Everybody else is pretty good defensively wise. And then goaltenders, Eddie Lack, his trade value is right there. So Polivka's trade value just skyrocketed to the best trade value on our team. Dubois a close second. Campbell's right there and Eddie Lack's right there. So Eddie Lack and Bonino kind of have similar trade value. I think we could get a good bit for both of those guys. So maybe make some suggestions there about some defensive prospects that maybe we could pick up for 2 of those players, because I think we could hold off on them a little bit because I want to see how good Lyndon Vey and Patrick Berglund do on the second line first before I make any decisions. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to edit my lines. Yeah, no, I'm going to add the lines right now. First off roster moves. I think we could send Gregory Campbell down. We can risk the waiver pickups there. I won't be too upset if anybody claims him. I just wanted to pick him up for depth, but I kind of realized that I'm not going to need him. So let's do the centers here. So Gregory Campbell, let's send him down. See if anybody claimed him in the system for centers. Nobody claimed him. Okay, so we're fine for that. And that way now we can call up. Jacob Vertanen to call him up. There we go. Okay, and I think that's it for everybody else. Defensemen, all those guys are good. Okay. Best lines. Alright, so what we are going to do is we're going to pretty much set it up as we had before. So Nyquist goes over here. Grigorenko. Galchenyuk switch. Grigorenko goes right here. Johnny Gaudreau goes right there. Lyndon Vey goes right there. Patrick Berglund goes right there. Virtanen goes right there. Horvat goes right there. Shinkruk goes right there. Zawiski gets scratched. Bonino gets scratched. Oops. Let's fill out these two spots first. Centers. That's going to get Brendan Gaunce in. Substitute him. And then for this one is going to be Marcel Gotch. You get substituted in as well. Gaunce takes it because he has the better face-offs. 84-80. Good. He's a left-handed shot. Okay, good. Alright, so there we go. Nyquist, Galchenyuk, Grigorenko, Gaudreau, Vey, Berglund, Shinkruk, Horvat, Virtanen, Gotch, Gaunce, and Abdelkader. So that's going to be my offense. Defensively, let me just set these guys up so their handedness is the way they should be. Carl, yeah, you can be fine over there. Edler, you're going down here instead of Tanev. Hogboom, Tanev is righty. Hamilton is also a righty. Maybe we should switch these guys up. Maybe get Tanev top 4. Nah, we want Edler top 6 because that's what his potential is. Okay, that's fine. And Hogboom should be right there. All right, special teams. Don't know why it says my lines have errors on special teams. Might be like somewhere in there. All right, so power play. We want Galchenyuk, Grigorenko, and Gaudreau. That seems about right. Playmakers, 2 snipers, okay. Fowler and Matt Carl, sure. And then we want Berglund, Shinkaruk, and Nyquist. Sure. As much as I want to put Virtanen on there, we'll let those be the offensive lineups. And then Hamilton and Edler, I guess. What does his shot look like and his puck moving skills? He's got good passing and offensive awareness. Let me see if I could substitute him for somebody. Let me see. Alright, so Carl, who else is not on the power play? It's either Hogboom. Yeah, we'll let Edler play power play. He's definitely better. Alright, 4-man power play. So we want Galchenyuk and Gaudreau, Grigorenko, and Nyquist. Yep, that's fine with me. Fowler and Carl should, let me see, I want Fowler on his better shot. Hamilton set up right. Let me see that last one. Yeah, Fowler should be over here. Hamilton and Edler are fine. And Crick set up right. Yep. Grigorenko set up left. Like I said, I have all left-handers on my team. Alright, penalty kill. So we want Bo Horvat and Justin Abdelkader. And then we want, I think Gotch and Gaunce, right? Yeah. Brendan Gaunce. Alright, so Bo Horvat, we know his defense is good. Justin Abdelkader, we know his defense is good. Brendan Gaunce and Marcel Gotch will take the other spots. Menus are so damn slow. Alright, change in lineup. There you go, Gotch. Okay, Tanev and Carl. Okay, Tanev should be good there. Carl, I know, has pretty good defense as well. Edler should be there. And who's the other one? It's either Fowler, Hamilton, or Hogboom. Let me see. Hogboom has... You know what? Hogboom goes on the power play because of that good defensive awareness. So that's the only reason I'm going to put Hogboom on the PK. So, Horvat, Abdelkader, Gaunce, and Gotch. That's pretty solid defensively. Penalty kill, if I do say so myself. 3-man penalty kill, Bo Horvat and Brendan Gaunce. Gaunce might not get third line time, but he will get penalty kill time, most definitely. And then we're going to switch Fowler up with Hogboom. Switch him up with there. Good. And that's it for the 3-man penalty kill. Extra attackers. Okay, so Grigorenko, Gaudreau, Galchenyuk, Nyquist. And then Berglund with Shinkaruk. That's fine. Extra attacker. We want... we want it to be... Let's give it to Shinkrook. And let's give it to Virtanen. Let's give Jacob Virtanen the extra attacker role there. Okay, goaltenders. Jack Campbell and Patrick Polivka. That is what our goaltender situation is going to be. Eddie Lack's going to be scratched. I'll leave him up here. Scratched rosters is going to be Eddie Lack, Michael Zawiski, and Nick Bonino. And then nobody is set up on our no lines. Okay, so that is the lineup that we are going to run with this year. Captains and assistant captains. I think we do have to name an assistant captain now. They have Mikhail Grigorenko as our captain. Edler as our assistant captain. But I think we should change it up a little bit here. Let's set up... Well, actually, no, that kind of makes sense. Grigorenko, Galchenyuk, and Edler as assistant captain. We should make Edler the captain, to be perfectly honest. We should make, let me see, unassigned alternate, unassigned captaincy. Oh, unassigned captain. Let's see. Whoops, I was doing unassigned alternate. All right, so we're gonna assign Edler the captain. We're gonna give Galchenyuk an alternate, and who should be the other alternate by this time? Who's gotten really good? Who's been here the most? Grigorenko technically has been here the most. Shinkrook's been here a while. He's definitely getting up there. Tanev. Maybe we should give it to another defenseman. Now let's give it to Grigorenko. Fine. We'll change it up. We'll give Grigorenko the assistant. We're going to give Edler the captaincy now, because he's definitely been here the longest. Progress reports, injury report is all good. Alright, so what we're going to do is next time we're going to simulate probably about a couple months or so. We'll see how we do. We will definitely see how we do, and then we will definitely make line changes because of that. So right now we're going to leave Eddie Lack, Nick Bonino, and Zawiski scratched for right now until come trade deadline. Then we can make trades with them for defensive prospects and whatnot. It'll increase their trade value. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time when we start off our Year 4 simulation.